Hi guys, this is Sakshi and I welcome you all to my EduTech platform, Way to Learn. So today I'm up with a new video for strategic learning to crack CSIR NET exam, GATE exam and other competitive exams. So this video is going to help you to boost your confidence for those preparing for exam and for those who are going to start soon. So the first thing for those who are going to start is to clear your mind, or who thinks that no, I can't do. So this clear your mind is for those whose mind says that I am not capable of clearing net exam. So whenever you have a question that am I capable of writing that exam, or can I clear that exam, and when the answer comes no, for such people, please change this answer from no to yes. Everyone is capable of clearing the exam. Okay, so you just need to work hard. So, whoever thinks that I'm not capable, please change your mind, make up your mind, and convert your answer from no to yes. So, whatever way it takes for your mind to reach the answer yes, you're going to do that. So, once you make up your mind and you start preparation, you'll have lots and lots of questions in your mind, like what to study, how to study, how much time to spend, and how to get success in few months. So obviously these are the questions that everyone does have when they are in the starting stage of their preparation. And I'm going to answer all the questions that I have given and the mistakes we do. So basically, one who learns will do lot of mistakes, and those mistakes will help them learn more. But these are few silly mistakes that will take your time. Like if you're going to finish it in 6 months, then this silly mistake is going to take you a longer time than usual. So you have to identify that mistake if you're doing it, and I will tell you to overcome this mistake. So the first mistake is that we take up the syllabus and try to learn it line by line. So basically, when we know that okay, I'm going to solve this, okay, I'm going to clear net physics exam, so I have to start. So how do you start? We take the syllabus, we see okay, these are the subjects from which I get the questions, and I know that okay, these are nine subjects and part B and part C, and these are the topics from where I'm going to get the questions. Then what will I do is I will basically start from the starting topics of a particular subject and try to cover the whole topic in that given subject. So this is the first silly mistake that we do. We do not have to learn line by line of that syllabus. So I'm going to tell how to overcome this mistake, and then the next mistake is to be confused with the books. Once we start, we do not know which book to follow. Okay, we have 9 subjects, then should we have nine books with that? Or from where do we get the problems to work out? All sorts of questions and books and papers, everything. You're going to get surround yourself with all those books which are not going to help you, because when you see one book and the other book of different author, you will even more get confused. Okay, should I learn from this author or should I learn from this author? So this is going to confuse you, and this is going to lower your confidence. So you should not lower your confidence. So these two mistakes will usually lower your confidence, and then it will take up much time. Once your confidence gets lower, then you're going to build up your confidence, and it is going to take time. You'll reach again to your first step of your starting preparation, and then you'll start from first and then reach again to this point. So avoid this mistake and continue your preparation journey. So let me answer, and these answers are going to get you closer to your success. So the first one is what to study. So what should you study basically? I said that you do not have to learn entire line by line topics from the syllabus. So you have to learn to solve problems from those topic you command. That is, if you have mathematical physics and there are many lines given in the syllabus, many topics given in the syllabus, you are not going to take entire topic and solve them. You know that okay, I'm good in this complex and I'm good in this Lorentz series or Laplace transform. Then you're going to learn how to solve problems from those topic that you know very well. So this is the first step. You have to identify those topics and you're going to learn to solve problems. The very next step is to learn new topics, because we do not learn all the topics entirely, right? But we have to learn new topics which will help us to gain even more marks to clear our exam. So we have to learn new topics which are important. So how do we know that which topic is important for exam? So this important things can be analyzed by previous year question papers. So you can find previous year question papers from any website. So you can just see any website, download all the previous year questions, and you can see that okay, from this topic I'm going to get questions and this is going to be consistent. Then you have to choose all those important topics along with your topics that you know. Then you have to solve problems from those. So this is how you are going to study. So that is what you're going to study. Like, you're going to take up the topics, right, and learn to solve problems. Next, how do you study? So first thing, you know that okay, now you're clear that these are the topics that you have to learn. Next, how to go about these topics. So first you're going to make a list of the topics that you're going to learn. Okay. Next step is to solve problems from the listed topics. Now, if you have 9 topics from mathematics, then you're going to solve one topic, then other topic, and the next topic, and so on. So you're going to solve problems. You're not going to learn theory because you have already done your theory. You do not need to learn the theory again. So if you're pursuing MSc, then you will be learning along with your classes. So you have your class notes. You do not need to like learn theory again and again. It's a waste of time. So better start solving problems. When you start solving problem, you're going to learn theory on your own. So you have to select the topic, solve problems. Now, where do we get these problems from? So these problems can be obtained from the previous year question papers. So you do not have to like okay search for questions, where to go for the questions, where do you get which book to follow. You do not have to do all those. You can directly get the previous year questions from any website, and you can solve the questions from NET exam, GATE exam, JUST exam, and TIFR exam. So these all PYQs will help you learn more. So this is the third step that you're going to do while studying. And next time, that if you have completed, like, you're going to do complex Laplace and Fourier series in your mathematical physics, then you have a checklist. After completing complex, you're going to strike out, and then you're going to go to your next topic. You should not be doing max. If you're taking max and you're taking complex one day, Laplace another day, Fourier series another day, and without completing all these, you're just jumping from one topic to other. This is not going to help you. So you have to first learn the entire topic. You have to solve the problems from that particular topic entirely. Then you will jump to your next topic. This is about a single subject. So you can do this, like you can take 2 subjects a day and solve problems from the 2 subjects and 2 different topics a same day, but not from the same subject. Next is how much time to spend. So the first thing is minimum 2 hours per day. So this is the minimum. Okay, so minimum 2 hours per day is must. It can be 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, or at a stretch you can sit for 2 hours and solve the problems. So this is for solving problems, not to sit up sit at a place and start taking a book and open your book and start reading the theory to know, okay, yeah, I'm going to learn the theory only, then I'm going to get my physical science exam cleared. This is not going to happen. Only when you solve problems, you're going to clear your exam. So you're going to solve problems in these 2 hours. These 2 hours are not for your theory. You have done with your theory in your MSc, and if you're pursuing, then you're doing along with it. Then take the topics based on which you have completed in your college. So you're going to only allot this 2 hours for problems. So this is what you're going to do. And if you can't sit for 2 hours, then it's okay. You can solve 10 to 15 questions per day. So 10 is very much minimum. Okay, 15, you can consider 15 questions per day. Right? So it is based on, okay, if it takes 2 hours to solve 10 questions, then it's okay. You have to solve 10 questions. But if you can solve questions within 1 hour, 10 questions within 1 hour, then please increase the numbers of your question per day. So if you solve 10 questions per day, then just think that in 10 days you are going to do 100 questions. This is going to help you much more to clear your exam. So this is for the starting stage. Okay, so once you be consistent with your solving problems, then you're going to improve your problem solving skills automatically, and then you can increase your questions per day or the hours per day. Okay, so this is that how much time you have to spend to crack the exam. So next is how to get success in few months. Now if you say that I have only 6 months, how will I try to complete all the 9 subjects in 6 months, and how do I complete and how do I cover my syllabus, all those. So one thing is that if you are going to do all the three steps that I have already told before, and if you're going to do that, then you're closer to your success. But you're going to get success only when you do the 3 steps that I'm going to show you now. One is to make a formula notebook. Once you solve problem, there is 10 problem for a day, you will find 10 different formulas, or at least 5 to 6 different formulas. So you're going to write those formula in your formula notebook. That is the first step. You have to write this daily when you do solve a problem. So when you solve a problem, 10 questions a day, then you're going to have broad formula, and that formula should be noted in your formula notebook. This is a must. Next is to be consistent. You have to solve problems daily. It is not that, okay, I'm going to solve 3 days in a week, and then I'm going to rest for 3 days, and again I'm going to solve for 3 days. This is not a workout to do. Just doing resting. This is something that you're going to get success in your life. So you have to be consistent. If you're going to take 1 day break, okay, it's okay. But you have to be consistent. Like, you should not take breaks unnecessarily. If you have to, like, you make up your mind that, okay, 10 questions a day, then 10 questions a day, whatever it takes, you're going to do 10 questions a day. So you should be consistent. Next is to revise. So you had done the 10 questions the before day, right? So you will have to note down the problems, formula, everything, right? Then the next day in the morning or in the night, you're going to revise all the formula from your formula notebook, or you can just take up your practice notebook, that is from where you have worked down your problems. You can just take a look on that and just revise it once. So everyday revision is must, because this will help you to keep in it will help you to keep yourself in track, right? Because when you stop revising, now everyone is in lockdown, right? And if suddenly, if they say that your semester exam is tomorrow, you say that, okay, I don't know anything, I have to start from the first. Why do you say that? Because you're not revising it. This is what is going to happen when you not revise your formula notebook. So once you start, because it is good that you're doing 10 problems a day, 10 questions a day, but you're not going to do the same thing again and again. You're going to choose different topics, different subjects. So the first topic which you took on the first day, and you're not going to revise that, and after a month when you see it again, then you'll see, okay, when did I solve this is new to me. Then you have to do it again. So is it better to do it again, or is it better to revise daily? I would say that it is better to revise daily, because if you start doing it again, then it is going to take you months, and it will take you years to clear your exam. So, if you want success in few months, then you have to do all these, and you have to be consistent. You have to solve problems. You have to make up your mind. And the last thing that I want to say is that about the books. So I already told you 2 times that you have been doing your MSc, pursuing your MSc, or you have completed your PG program. So you all will have your class notes. Those are enough. Or if you have books when you have when you were in your PG and you bought your books, or when you're now when you're doing your PG, you have your books, right? You can just open those books and get the theory if you need. Basically, theory is all given in your class notes, and if you do not remember, you can just take a look on that. You do not have to buy new books for the theory, and okay, learn the theory from one side and do and solve problems from the other side. This is going to make you lose your confidence. So just go with what you have. Like, if you have your class notes, then those are enough for you to solve or read for a theory. And then if you do not know, okay, where should I get the book, you don't have to get the book. You can just surf a little. You can just go to the internet, go for various sites, see, just type that particular topic name and see what you understand. You don't have to go deep into that particular theory. If you don't know a particular word, you can just go to the surfing site and then surf about that particular topic. You will get many answers. So those are very much enough for you. So these are the things that you have to do, and these will help you to clear your net physical sciences. So if you're going to start this from today or tomorrow, then please be consistent with what you're doing, and please do not lose hope. So my channel will help you out from all these like topics, the important topics that can help you gain marks. If you see in my starting video of the new subjects for classical mechanics and mathematical physics, I have analyzed the 10 question papers. So you will get to know that, okay, these are the marks that you're going to get from this question, that this subject, and this much mark you're going to get from this subject. So I will be like posting videos for the important topics which are frequently asked in our exam. So if you learn those topics alone, then they will be more than enough for you to clear the physics exam. The one thing that you have to do is, along with the videos, you're going to solve problems. And also, if you see, I have solved around 3 year questions. Okay, 3 question papers, PYQs for classical mechanics. I will be solving like more PYQs, so that will also be helpful for you. But you should be doing it on yourself. So if you do not know anything, you can just look onto my videos and you can solve problems. You know that, okay, this is from this topic and you know how to solve this problem now. Then take all the PYQs and search for that particular type of problem and start doing that problem. So 10 problems per day at least is very much important. So I hope this video boosts your confidence. So thank you for watching this video till the end, and share my videos if you like them, and like my videos too, and subscribe my channel. So see you tomorrow with many more problems and many more topics, important topics, which will help you clear your exams. So see you tomorrow. Ta-da!